So yeah, we go to Yahoo Sports here. So the scenario says Global Wrestling Kingdom has issued a public statement on the viral Matt Riddle situation. This is just to get you brought up to the clip here. Former WWE star Matt Riddle is once again making headlines for all the wrong reasons. Cultaholic has previously reported that Matt Riddle no-showed and ripped off a pro wrestling charity event last week. The original Bro was supposed to wrestle Simon Miller at Al Snow's Global Wrestling Kingdom. The reporter further noted that Matt Riddle expressed concerns about his fight, claimed it was cheap, and his unhappiness about the hotel room in Barnsley for 2 days. PWI Insider stated in a follow up reported that Riddle competed for BRC Wrestling, Boca Raton Championship Wrestling, on the same date, and this was being August 31st. Now, Riddle, he did react to this. We're going to play that reaction in a minute here. But to add a little bit more context here, it says GWK issued a statement in a Facebook post. Who goes to Facebook? GWK shared their version of the controversy, noting that Matt Riddle's flights were approved and booked by his manager back in April. The promotion also referenced Riddle's request to get booked for seminars, noting that a promoter in Paris had initially agreed to book Riddle before backing out. However, GWK also said that Riddle has paid back the deposit and promises to reimburse them for all expenses. I guess you can say that's a stand-up move there. And we can hear Matt Riddle's side of the story here. There's multiple clips to this, so I didn't get the first of it. Just know the first of it wasn't good for him because he apparently got canceled for something he said in it. But I got the second part of it. He was asked about it again. Now he's sitting down with the TMZ Inside the Ring, which is like their new podcast thing. So he's sitting with them and they ask him about it. So unfortunately, this is going to be like 4 minutes long. We can pause it here and there.
Happening right now. This
Happening
is breaking.
right now. This is breaking. We got him on the phone. He's here with
And I'll
us.
tell you,
He's going to talk all about it. Matt Riddle, welcome.
thank you guys. I'm praying for all these hoes. I'm really, I'll be honest, dude. I do my job. I'm good at my job. And honestly, I'm still one of the most worst booked person in the world of sports entertainment, professional wrestling.
Right.
And then when
Who the fuck dips in 2025?
my girlfriend had an arrangement with this company, GWK, Global Wrestling Kingdom. And I'll be honest, dude, I see companies like this in the UK all the time. These guys rented an arena. They didn't even sell 150 tickets. It's just the last one was 5-star wrestling, and there's been many in between. And I'm not knocking them. They're trying to do the thing, but this is garbage, dude. And if they actually asked me for the money, which they did until later yesterday, and then I woke up this morning to a bunch of death threats and people
No
just
way.
Wait, you're getting death threats over this?
death threats. How dare you fucking scam?
Where are these motherfuckers always bitch about death? That's what they always go to. I'm getting death threats.
I was on the other side. It's always the death threats. Don't you think you might be belittling the death threat if everybody starts to get it? It's like, have you pissed anybody off if you haven't gotten the death threats in yet? You were talking about Rampage. He's talking about getting death threats. He's like, I got to take it all serious. Someone runs up on me. I don't know if they're cashing in on that death threat or not.
A charity. I'm like, dog. 4 months ago, this wasn't a charity event. 3 months ago, it wasn't a charity event. This week was the first time I got a message saying, what, you're going to do this to a charity event? And I'm like,
so it was last minute. It was very last minute that they added this at the end.
Hey, I'm doing Make-A-Wish in a couple weeks. I do charity events. I do multiple charity events where I don't get paid a dime. But I'll tell you this, I'm not.
Why does he still have his fingernails painted?
It's a coping mechanism, I hear. I don't know.
Flying to London in a middle seat with no meal, with no checked bag. I don't know why they thought that was a good idea.
Oh, that's terrible. That's terrible. That is awful.
I don't even know how it's legal. The only company that used to do that back in the day was Icelandic Air, but that's because you stop in Iceland before you go to England. So it's kind of like, you stopped. You can buy food there. You didn't need it on the plane. But dude, if you're crossing the sea, they're supposed to give you a meal, and usually you check a bag. You're going overseas, but they got this budget airline, whatever. That was only this much of it. I didn't really care. I was like, I'm still gonna go do my thing. But the biggest concern was they flew me out Thursday, or they said this 4 months ago, and I was like, okay. And I go, what am I doing Friday, Saturday? And they go, oh, meet and greets and shows. We'll get you seminars. You'll make money. Like, boom. And I'm like, cool. I do seminars all the time. I'm teaching Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu tonight at Riddle's Jiu-Jitsu.
He's talking a million miles a minute. So if you didn't get it, so far he stated that they booked him a middle seat flying overseas.
Bastards.
Poor traveling arrangements. They were flying him out early. So there was going to be days. God. Yeah, they were flying him out Thursday when
instead
the event
of
was
last minute when you'd have to rush.
Well, yeah, he's basically saying, what am I going to do for those 3 days or 2 days until the actual event? Like,
you're rich. Can't you fucking figure something out? What's the issue?
I guess maybe his issue is like, I could be getting booked in those 3 days.
Well, they said they had other shit lined up for him, didn't they?
Yes, he did say that. But, he also said, he's the most booked indie wrestler.
Is that why he's doing Al Snow's little promotion that he says couldn't sell 150 tickets?
I guess so. It's kind of sad. With Al Snow's name behind it, you'd think they'd be able to do a little bit better than that. But it is in the UK. I'm learning so much about, like, the indie wrestling life, just with the Raja Jackson thing and now this thing. It's like, first of all, I didn't know that there was so much indie promotions. I thought there was like a couple.
No, there's quite a bit.
Yeah, there's like a million.
There's some that you can't even find like websites for.
And then you got the ones that just have a Facebook page.
That's that wrestling promotion we were talking about last week.
Yeah. Like, first of all, who's handling your social media? That's the first step. You're not even clipping your promotion and you're just on Facebook. Well, I guess it's good. I don't know. I don't do Facebook. So yeah, travel arrangements, he said, were bad.
It sounds like he said that they changed it to a charity at the last minute.
Yeah, it just turned into a charity. When they initially got booked, it wasn't a charity.
I legit don't know how that happens. I don't know if that's like something that's common or if one of them's bullshitting. Because clearly one of them is smearing the other one to make the other one not look as bad.
Yeah, but as it was reported in that article, looks like they are smoothing things over. Matt Riddle is paying them back, or he's paid them back, which is a noble thing. It was a deposit for his time. So usually you don't get deposits back. Now, the article said, he showed up on a show that same day. So technically that was supposed to be for him to not book another show. So you're paying the deposit so that he doesn't book another show. Again, the article said he did show up on an event. So apparently he didn't honor that. But yeah, it's kind of a noble thing that he paid them the deposit back.
Well, he had to. He was getting pressured into it.
And he was getting his death threats.
Well, not even that. He's losing the public opinion shit. And as a wrestler, somebody that relies on public opinion for your paycheck.
Sure. So yeah, good for him. It does seem like he's smoothing things over. But unfortunately, he kept talking. And then he stuck his foot in his mouth again. So now if we jump forward to 1350, I believe is the timestamp there. They asked him about his beef with CM Punk. And this is where he sticks his foot in his mouth even further.
It sounds like it wasn't going well to begin with.
Well, it sounds like you've been in the news for a while. People have a bad taste in their mouth about some things you said recently. You came on the podcast, you said these things.
Well, let's be honest. Did I lie? CM Punk's a bitch. He can't beat me in a fight if he wants to step up. He can meet me in a bare-knuckle boxing fight. He can meet me in an MMA cage. Whatever, dude. It doesn't matter.
How do you feel about AJ? She's coming around pretty soon, his wife.
I know.
Well, AJ, I had no problems with her. She never stepped into. I mean, to be fair, and I'm not one to talk. I'm a little snooty myself, but she did go get around, from what I heard. But no disrespect to that.
Oh boy.
Hey, it's whatever. People like to hook up, and if that's the worst thing you did, whatever, dude. I've done it too. But yeah, no ill will towards anybody
Wait, she got a ring?
She got around. He's calling her a hoe.
Oh, I see.
else. I had no ill will towards CM Punk. I bet he's a nice enough guy, and you agree with it. But I don't, And I think he's fake, and I think he's a creep. And that's coming from me. And people think I'm
Wait,
a creep.
a creep?
I
You said
haven't
wait,
done
wait.
anything wrong.
How is CM Punk a creep?
I don't know. I feel like he's just lingering around the NXT locker room a little too much. You know?
Because there's a lot of things about him. You know, he has like Cora Jade as like his daughter and everything, and everybody he kind of oversees. I don't know.
He's become a mentor in NXT.
He's become a mentor in NXT, so I can kind of.
That's one way of putting it.
Oh boy.
Yeah, you would know more than we do.
Hey,
Sorry, we're off topic here.
Okay.
Whatever, dude.
So I don't know many people that I've said. I mean, I don't have a beef with them. They're a bitch, though.
We could meet in a bare knuckle boxing fight, but he's cool.
Yeah, he's a bitch and he can't beat me up in real life, but he's cool.
I don't have any
Like,
problems
why
with
are you
her, but
bringing
she's
that
a
up?
whore.
Who just so happens to be the wife of the person you just called a bitch that can't
Yeah.
beat you in a real fight. So it sounds like you're being a little petty there.
Just a bit.
Like, there's not one person that's like, no, I'm cool with him. I mean, he's a bitch, though. I can beat his ass. But he's cool, though.
We could go have a beer.
But yeah, that's what I said. He stuck his foot in his mouth even further.
Did CM Punk ever respond?
Not yet.
Well, he's not going to challenge him to a fight.
I mean, he's not wrong with the fight thing. He obviously could take CM Punk in a fight.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I haven't seen him in a while. Like, I've seen maybe one fight from Riddle, but he won it. Punk didn't.
He didn't win either of his 2 fights. In the second fight, the guy was toying with him.
Yeah. He pissed Dana White off so bad. He said, he's never going to be in the UFC ring again.
Neither one of them.
Like, he pissed him off. He did it to himself, though. He had, like, the documentary and all that.
Yeah, that was the downfall. I remember watching that, and all he did was block a kick, and then they put him on their shoulders. That's when it started to sink in.
Like, uh-oh, is he about to get his ass whooped?
Yeah. I'm like, oh, man, I don't think this is going to end well. Because he talked a big game. He was like, I'm training. I'm not going to go in there and automatically challenge Nate Diaz, which I thought was cool. And then he challenged nobodies, and he wasn't even close.
Yeah. Maybe it's a little bit Dana White's fault. Like, come on now, let's lower the competition a little bit.
You did.
No, lower than that. Obviously, it was too high of competition. You can get that bar way down there. Maybe someone who was a little bit, like, mentally off. Like, not all there. Maybe someone was like that.
Well, I
Let's
think
see.
Dana White capitalized on CM Punk's name and then tossed him aside when he had no value.
He sure did. But yeah, that was so uncalled for. Throw the shade at AJ Lee, calling her a whore. Just seems petty and uncalled for. But yeah, he's getting a lot of backlash from all this stuff. He's just running his mouth. It wasn't in this interview. It was in another interview he did, but he mentioned something about people are stupid for believing like the Me Too stuff. And all in all, what it's done has gotten him canceled. So he was going to do this event with SuperCon, and they got him taken off of that. They released a statement basically saying,
He's a shithead.
yeah, he didn't align with our views, so we're going to take him off of our event. So he is getting canceled, and now I'm sure he's going to get more death threats because he's going after AJ Lee and CM Punk. More so AJ Lee. Like, you got a problem with CM Punk. You both being men, you could probably handle that. I saw someone suggest, like, obviously Punk would never do this, but, you know, they could get in the Real American Freestyle. And
Well, yeah, why not?
handle it there, or they could do like a boxing event. But, you know, Punk's not going to do that because now he's in WWE. If Punk were to do that and then lose, you know, it's going to tarnish his WWE run because now they know
They know what?
he can't fight.
They already know he can't fight. I think if CM Punk were to fight right now, nobody would give a shit. They would just assume he'd get his ass whooped because he did so bad those first 2 fights. And if CM Punk were to ever schedule a fight with Matt Riddle, they would buy it because they know Matt Riddle's going to mop the floor with him.
Yeah, as much of a fuckhead he is a good fighter. Now, I would like to see someone, though, take him up on his offer. You know, because he calls out, like, Goldberg. He thought he could beat Goldberg. Now Goldberg's 60, so Roman Reigns, he thinks he could beat up Roman Reigns. CM Punk, there's just a list of people he is like, oh, I can beat their ass in real life.
Yeah, Roman should jump on it. It's his yard.
He's gonna call out somebody, and they're gonna take him up on it.
Yeah, he's probably gonna beat their ass.
He's gonna prove himself right.
Yeah, somebody like Joey Janela is gonna step up to him and just end up getting their ass beat.
That would be funny. But yeah, that is the Matt Riddle news. Probably not going to be coming back to the WWE. He's always one of those guys that just like couldn't get out of his own way. But seems like he's happy. Also in the other video, he talked about like he's doing well in life. So good for him.